Welcome to Matsumoto. This city lies in Nagano, often called the Switzerland of Japan, with mountains, history, and stunning views.
高円寺の方、
うち
長野。
杉並です。私、荻窪に実家はあって。いや。
Matsumoto is famous for its foods, and one of them must try is Miso Ramen. We had a bowl here, and you can find all the restaurants on my blog.
And also they have tsuke soba, gyoza, or is it?
Take this one.
I want to take this one.
We stayed 3 days in Matsumoto, and our first stop was the Daio Wasabi Farm. It's only about 15 to 30 minutes from the Matsumoto station. We recommend renting bicycle at the station. It's a perfect way to ride out to the wasabi farm. Wasabi doesn't grow just anywhere. It needs pure cold water and plenty of care. In Japan, the plants are even protected from the sun, and it takes years before they are ready to harvest. You only need about 30 minutes to an hour to see the wasabi farm, so it's an easy and relaxing stop for Matsumoto. One special thing at the farm is the wasabi ice cream, and surprising, it was actually tasty. Right next to the farm, there's even a Swiss village, and it's only about 10 minutes by bike away. But don't expect Swiss food. Inside the village, you only find a Japanese store. In the evening, we went to a local izakaya and enjoyed fresh sashimi and some tasty kushiyaki. The next day we went on a hiking trip to Kamikōchi. one of the most beautiful mountain areas in Japan. On our last day, we started at Matsumoto Castle, the city's most famous landmark. Inside the castle, it feels mostly like a waiting simulator, so honestly, you can skip the inside and you won't miss much. Next stop, Nawate-dori, also known as Frog Street, a charming little lane full of shops and frogs. Matsumoto is also famous for unagi, grilled eel, and that's what our second last dish is here. The next stop was the City Museum, where we saw the Yayoi Kusama exhibition with her iconic dotted artworks. Our last stop was the former Kaichi school, one of Japan's oldest elementary schools. Built in 1876, it's a mix of Japanese and Western architecture, shows how Japan's embraced modernization during the Meiji era. Our last meal was a ramen at Matsumoto Station, and that was it for our trip to Matsumoto.